Good morning. How is everybody today? I've got Astra sitting here in my lap. We'll see how long she stays. This is a banked video for daily devotions. My name is Red Moon Eagle, and I encourage you to hit the subscribe and bell icon if you haven't been here before. I do Monday through Friday live daily devotions in most cases, and occasionally I record one to have as a bank for future if I don't feel good, my husband's home from vacation, or trips happen, or just sometimes we have to bank stuff. There are more than 365 videos on my YouTube channel, so if you don't like this one, you can always go find another one that you like. Today's first card is a self-care card, and it is Sing. The mantra for this is, "My voice uplifts all who hear it." You have a unique voice and carry deep wisdom that the world needs to hear. Share your words in any way you like, even sing them. Today's journal prompt is, what are your favorite song lyrics right now, and how does hearing them make you feel? And I have more to say about that in a minute. Today's animal spirit guidebook card is the Swan. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time, writing. I have more to say about that in a minute, too. Mystic Shaman Oracle card. Excuse me, my nose is itching. The Staff. The essence of the staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you to find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from deep longing to serve. The invitation to know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities, and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart is already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find the delicate balance between will and surrender. The medicine of this card is to be caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage. There can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. So, inner wisdom to take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find a delicate balance between will and surrender. So, really powerful cards. We have Sing, and the journal prompt again is, what are your favorite song lyrics right now? How does hearing them make you feel? And then we have the Swan, heightened creativity, healing energy should not be taken for granted or taken lightly. The swan appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. Okay, so with these cards, one of the things that comes forward really quickly for me is that too many times people want to swing in only one direction. They want to only stay, quote unquote, in the light. The reality is that this life gives us these amazing experiences to grow from, this huge plethora of emotions and experiences to grow and learn, connect to each other in a totally different way. And entities that come here from other places are often completely unprepared for, well, they think they're prepared. Let me rephrase that. They think they're prepared, but don't realize how heavy and deep and rich the experiences of Earth are. The power of the staff is intrinsic in finding balance in experiences. And where does swan and sing come into play? So I will use poetry as my example. So I have always loved poetry. The irony is that my father also loves poetry. And one of the things that I grew up encouraged to embrace was poetry and music, poetry in word, Byron, Tennyson, ancient poets, haiku. Khalil Gibran is still one of my favorites. And I have written my own poetry. And one of the things that comes through with poetry is, for me, the elegance of how language and sound come together, and how, for example, Shakespeare made up words to fit into poetry to make it work. And the creativity of the swan energy is the flow and harmony, if you think of water, and how even a very sad poem creates healing, creates the opportunity through time and space for that poem to find itself in new places, to show different reflections back of the healing power of rhythm and song and word. And one of my favorite things to do is to listen to open mic poetry on YouTube. It's one of my favorite things to do. If I had all the time in the world to just listen to artists' poetry and creativity, comedy is poetry sometimes. Song is always poetry. I mean, songs are harmonized poetry, and they always have a theme or a message. It's very rare that you listen to a song that's just a whole bunch of nonsensical words, right? That might be a thing, but if you want just music, that's like orchestra, right? You can have instrumental music. There's instrumental rock and jazz and classical. And then there's the vocalization that comes with music, and that is the poetry. The poetry comes through. And the healing power of an angry song, I believe that there is a band, and I will not tell you what the band is, but they have very angry music. And I discovered them in a time in my life where I needed angry music. I needed to be angry. I needed to let that anger out of my physical body. And I would dance around my living room and I would scream the lyrics, and it would release out of my body. It would get it out. Expressing it wasn't holding it in. It was manifesting that energy, using the staff power to get it out, to allow that quote unquote negative, that swing of light and dark, to release it out of my body. So traditionally in many, especially like the modern Wiccan pagan movement, the staff is a masculine symbol in ritual. And I have always looked at all the symbols that are represented in ritual as possibilities of representation across any gender, more of a representation of how we choose to manifest in a situation. And I was gifted with a staff many years ago by someone that it is it is supposed to be a masculine symbol in traditional Wiccan, Alexandrian Gardnerian ritual. And I have found that when that staff came to me, it said hello. And I wondered about that. I was like, I should pass this on to someone. And I've tried passing it on several times, and every time the staff says, no, no. And ironically, the first 2 times that I tried to pass it on, I was gifted with another staff from someone else. And so now I have 2 staves or staves, depending on how you want to say the word. One that was gifted to me, I gifted right away back because it didn't say hello to me. But I now have 2 staffs that have deep meaning, and they are very connected to me. And though they are masculine symbols, one of the things I've learned experimenting and playing and allowing the staff's connection and that symbolism to resonate, one of the beautiful things that I have learned is that the swing between light and dark, between day and night, between dark moon and new moon, and sunrise and sunset, is that we all hold this amazing ability to connect in to the poetry of the world we live in. And Earth herself speaks very poetically. She has always spoken with a rhythm and a pulsing that very much feels like and looks like a flame of a candle. And the singing and the sound and the creativity of Swan is very much where we can look at music. Music is our modern poetry. It is our form of rhythm and connection. There was a meme not very long ago that bubbled up. I don't even know if it was a meme. I don't know if it was somebody talking, but it really resonated. It was this, if I remember correctly, it might have actually been like a reel. And it was this gentleman talking about drums and the heartbeat of Earth. And I have always felt that music here and how we listen to music on Earth is very much a resonance and a communication with Earth herself, and a communication with the roots of the trees and the roots of plants. And I think it's really important, if you look at those studies where they have hooked up electrodes to trees and plants, and you can hear their rhythm, and you look at people who grow a lot of plants in their house, they often listen to a lot of music. And music and rhythm and that heartbeat and that poetry that comes from that song, that resonance, is so important to our world, and it's important to our connection to the world. And I have found that our listeners, like our very attuned kitties with their very strong sense of sound, you don't have to play it really loud. You can listen to it through the rhythm of what it feels like, and they will tell you what it feels like. So I hope you all have a beautiful day today. Listen to some music. Listen to something different. Listen to angry music. Listen to happy music. Listen to things that resonate. And where's the poetry? Where's the poetry in it? And what is the message? And allow the strength of staff to lead you into that rhythm, that thump, 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 thump rhythm of Earth. It's there. I challenge you to listen to Mother Earth's sound and listen to her language. I hope you all have a beautiful day today, and I will see you in prayer. Blessed be.